Once again, I welcome you all back for my second video on the concept CPM, critical path method. If you do remember, in our last video, we had considered a numerical problem which was consisting of 4 different parts. First one was drawing of network diagram for the given data. Second one was calculation or the determination of critical path. Third one and fourth one were determination of the parameters called as free floats and total floats. Among these 4, already we have determined first 2 parameters in our previous video. So in this video, I will be addressing you all to calculate the parameters called as free floats and total floats. But before we start calculating these parameters, very quickly let me tell you what exactly this parameter float is. So in a very simple manner, how we can understand the parameter float is, it is nothing but the variation in the time, or it may be called as the fluctuation in the duration in realistic situation. So that variation or fluctuations in the duration in realistic situation during our execution, it may be because of many reasons. There may be some of the technical errors, or there may be some of the non-availability of needed things. So because of so many reasons, if our duration of execution is getting varied, if it is getting disturbed, that itself is represented with a parameter called as float. But now to calculate these different types of floats, the fluctuations in the duration, before that we have to calculate other 4 parameters which are called as EST. First one, that is nothing but early start time. Second one, early finish time. Third one, latest start time. And then fourth one, latest end time. So after calculating these 4 parameters only, I can go for calculation of the various types of float. But again, in your mind, the question may come like, what all are these 4 different parameters which are supposed to be calculated before we go for calculation of the floats? That is early start time, early finish time, latest start time and latest finish time. So these different types of time durations are nothing but at what time we are going to start our activity and at what time we are going to end up our activity. But the only difference is, whenever we have the parameter early start time and early finish time, it is going to be represented the earliest time of start and end. And whenever I talk about the latest start time and the latest finish time, it is going to be represent the latest start time and latest finish time. Correct? So after calculating these 4 only, I can calculate the floats. So now let us start our calculation. So here, as I already said, to calculate the EST, EFT, LST and LFT, first I am going to prepare a table in this fashion, wherein in first 2 columns I have to write down the given data. The first given data is activity and second given data is duration in terms of week. And after this, if I want to calculate the EST, early start time, in third column, what I supposed to do? It is very simple. As I already said, the meaning of EST means how early I can start my activity, or at what time the activities can be started. So now if you consider the first activity, the given 1 to 2, so when I can start this particular activity. So if you consider this link of my network diagram, so before I go for activity 2, I have to start activity 1. But before I start activity 1, the time what I am going to spend during the execution or on that particular project will be 0. That is why the early start time for this activity will be 0, because at particular first activity, before
starting up of this particular activity, we are not going to spend a single minute on it. That is why I have written as 0. So now consider second activity 2 to 3. So when I say 2 to 3, we need to look at this particular linkage. But again, before we start or before we go for this particular activity, so what is the minimum time I have to spend? And the answer for that question is 6. So now how the 6 has become my answer? The very simple answer for that question is the previous duration. Before I go for this activity, I am going to spend 6 weeks on my first activity. Because of this reason, for second activity, the duration of first activity will become the start time of second activity. In same manner, if I consider the third activity, which is 2 to 4, again the answer is same, that is 6. Correct? So then if you consider the fourth activity 3 to 5, so now I have written it as 11. So again, one simple question might have come into your mind, that is how it will be 11. Again, it is very simple. Before we go for this activity, I supposed to conduct activity number 1, activity number 2. But here for activity, the total duration is 6 weeks. For activity 2, the total duration is 5. So 6 plus 5, it is going to be equal to 11. So after completion of these two activities by spending 11 weeks, then only I can go for this third activity. That is why for third activity, here for this linkage, the minimum or early start time will be the addition of previous 2. So then the next one is 4 to 5. So 4 to 5, again the logic is same. If I want to go for this activity, again I have to carry out the previous 2. 1 to 2 and 2 to 4. So now if you consider the duration, for 1 to 2 it is 6, 2 to 4 it is 14. So 6 plus 14, it is going to be 20. After spending 20 weeks of duration, then only I can go for the next activity. That is why 20 will become early start time for my activity called as 4 to 5. So now let us go for last one, that is 5th to 6th. So for 5th to 6th, here what I have written is 30. So how this 30 number has come? Again, it is very simple. First to second activity duration plus second to fourth activity duration plus fourth to fifth activity duration. 6 plus 14, 20. 20 plus 30 is equal to 30. So here what I mean to say is, after completion of these 3 activities only, I can go for this 5th to 6th activity. That is why the early start time for this activity will be the addition of previous 3. So this is all about calculation of EST, early start time. So with this, now let us go for next one, that is early finish time. So again, before I explain you how exactly these numbers are to be calculated, the meaning of EFT is very simple. Early finish time. That means at what particular time each and every individual activities are going to be ended up or finished off. So now here again let us go for one by one. So now consider 1 to 2 as our first activity. So now when exactly this activity is going to be ended up, the very simple answer for that question is after spending 6 hours. That is why I have written here 6. So now consider second one, 2 to 3. So again, when this particular activity is going to be ended up after spending 6 hours or 6 weeks in first activity and then 5 weeks in second duration. That is nothing but 6 plus 5 is equal to 11. So that is why I have written EFT for second activity as 11. So now consider third one, that is 2 to 4. So again, if I want to determine EFT for this activity, just I have to add up these two. 6 plus 14, that is going to be equal to 20. After 20 weeks of duration, these two activities will be completed. So now let us go for next one, that is 3 to 5. So now if you consider 3 to 5, the answer what I have written is 23. So how this 23 has come? So again it is very simple. Already we have got 11 in our previous calculation, 6 plus 5. So now to this number, if I add the duration of this activity 3 to 5, that is going to be 23. 11 plus 12. So now let us go for next one, that is 4 to 5. So 4 to 5, here I have written it as 30. So again how it has come? Again it is very simple. 20 already we have got in our previous calculation. 20 plus the 10. Then it is going to be equal to 30. So now the last one is 5th to 6. So here for this activity, the number what I have written is 37. So again how I got this number? Again it is very simple. Already up to this activity we are having 30 weeks as our duration. So to this, if I add this 7, then at the end total finish time will be 37 in terms of weeks. So this is all about calculation of EST and EFT. So with this, now quickly let us go for the next parameter, LST. So what do you mean by LST? As already I have said, the long form of LST is latest start time. So now the beauty of this particular calculation method is, here we have to start our calculation in reverse manner. Again I repeat, to calculate the LST as one of the parameter, we have to come in reverse way. So how it is? So first I am going to consider the last activity 5 to 6. So here in this 5 to 6, what is my total time or total duration? What we have calculated is 37. So if I want to calculate the LST for this activity, the simple thing what I have to do is just I have to deduct the duration for this particular activity from the total duration. That is 37 minus 7 is equal to 30. So in same manner, if you consider 4 to 5, correct? Again in reverse way, what is the number I have written? 20. So how I have got this? 37 minus 7, 30. 30 minus 10, it is going to be equal to 20. So in same manner, if I consider 3 to 5, this linkage of my network diagram, what is the LST value I have written? 18. So how I have got it? Again it is very simple. 37 minus 7, 30. 30 minus 12, it is 18. Correct? So now let us consider the next one, 2 to 4. So 2 to 4 is here. So for 2 to 4 activity, what is the LST? I am having 6. So how I have got this 6? Again it is very simple. Here already we have got 20. So that 20 minus 14, it will be giving me 6 as my answer. So now let us go for next activity, that is 2 to 3. So for 2 to 3, what is the LST answer we have? That is 13. So how I have got this 13? It is very simple. 18 already I have got for this activity. So 18 total duration minus the current activity duration, that is 5. So 18 minus 5, it will be giving me 13 as my answer. So now coming to last activity 1 to 2. So again it is very simple. Here already we have 6. So 6 total duration minus individual duration, that is going to be give 6 minus 6 is equal to 0. So this is all about the calculation of LST. So now let us go for the calculation of LFT. So what do we mean by LFT? It is latest finish time. Again, the meaning of this parameter is very simple. Even though we are having some of the delays, so at latest, how and when I am going to finish my current activity? The answer for this is, again let us consider one by one. So first let us consider 1 to 2. So for this activity, what is the LFT we have calculated? 6. And it is, of course, why? Because after spending 6 weeks of duration only, I am going to finish up this first activity, and that itself will become the latest finish time for this activity, and that is 6. So now going to second, 2 to 3, and what is the answer we are having here for LFT? That is 18. So from where I am getting this? From here. So already this number we have calculated in our previous step. So after spending 18 weeks of duration, my second and first activity will be finished off. That is why the latest finish time for this activity will be 18. So now going to third one, that is 2 to 4. the number is 20. Again, from where I am getting this? So it is very simple. 6 for first activity, 14 for second activity. 6 plus 14 is equal to 20. So now going to next activity, 3 to 5. The answer what I am having is 30. So now how I have got this number? Again, it is very simple. Up to this already we have calculated 18. Adding 12 to this 18 number, it is going to give me 30 as the answer. So after spending 13 weeks as duration during my execution, I am going to complete this entire work. So now going to next 4 to 5, again the number is 30. And again, how this 30 number has come? Again, it is very simple. 6 plus 14, 20. 20 plus 10, 30. That means after spending 30 weeks, I am going to reach at this particular stage. Then considering the last one, 5 to 6, the total LFT is 37. Again, it is very simple. 30 already we have got here. So this 30 plus the current activity duration 7, it is going to be 37. So this is how we are going to calculate the EST, EFT, LST and LFT. So now after calculation of all these parameters, now easily we can go for the calculation of required parameters. One is total floats and one more is free float. So now in this table you can see I have written FT as symbol for total floats. That means T for total, F for floats. And in my last column I have written symbol as FF, or notation also I can say. So FF means free float, F for free, F for float. So now let me explain the calculation methodology for FT, that is total float. So here to calculate this total float, we are having a simple formula, that is LST minus EST. That means this column answer minus this column answer. It is very simple. So now what is for first activity, what is the LST number? 0. And for the same activity the EST number is 0. So 0 minus 0, it is 0. So in same manner the next activity we are having 2 to 3. So again LST minus EST. So what is the LST value? 13, and here EST value is 6. So 13 minus 6, it is 7. Then third one, 2 to 4, the value is 0. How it is 0? 6 minus 6 is equal to 0. And for so now for fourth activity, what is the LST value? It is 18, and for the same activity the EST value is 11. So 18 minus 11 is equal to 7. So in same manner next activity is 4 to 5. So 4 to 5, the number what we have got is 0. How it is 0? Again, it is very simple. LST is 20, EST is 20. 20 minus 20 is equal to 0. So now with this, let us go for last one, that is 5 to 6. So for this, again LST value is 30, EST value is 30. So 30 minus 30 is equal to 0. So in this fashion, we can calculate the third required parameter, which is called as total float. So now with this, let us go for our last part of the numerical problem, that is free float. So now here to calculate the free float, again we have to come in reverse manner, how we have done for calculation of LST. So here first let us consider 5 to 6, the last activity. So here for last activity, what is the free float value? We have 0. So how it has come? It is very simple. Please look at the screen very carefully. So the total duration 37, I am going to deduct with 7, the last activity duration. 37 minus 7, 30. So this 30 number again I am going to deduct from the total duration up to this stage, that is 30. So 37 minus 7, 30. 30 minus 30 is equal to 0. This is the way of calculation of FF. So now after this, the second activity in reverse manner, that is 4 to 5. So 4 to 5 also the number is 0. So how it is 0? Again it is very simple. Here I have to consider this total duration at this stage, 30 minus 10, 20. 20 minus 20, again it is 0. I hope it is very clear. So now again in reverse manner, the next activity is 5 to 3. So 5 to 3, the number is 7. So how it is 7? Again it is very simple. 30 minus 12. So what is the number? 18. So here that 18 number has to be deducted with this 11. So 18 minus 11, the answer is 7. We should not consider this 18 here. So please you be careful while calculating the FF value at this particular stage. 30 minus 12, 18. 18 minus 11, 11, that is 7. So now going to next, that is 2 to 4. So for 2 to 4 again the number is 0. So how it is 0? So here 20 minus 14, 6. 6 minus 6, again it is 0. The same logic I am applying. So now again in reverse manner, the next activity is 2 to 3. So for 2 to 3 also it is 0. So how it is 0? 11 minus 5, 6. So 6 minus 6, again it is 0. Again I am applying the same logic. So with this, let us go for the last one, that is 1 to 2. So again 1 to 2, total duration at this stage it is 6. So 6 minus 6. So this is the current activity duration. 6 minus 6 is equal to 0. So this is how we are going to calculate FT and FF, total floats and free floats. I hope whatever the calculation we have carried out, it is very clear to you all. And with this, I can say that whatever the numerical problem we had considered, it is completed. Wherein we have calculated the free floats, wherein we have calculated total floats, we have determined the critical path by using the drawn network diagram for the given data. So with this, let me conclude my session on critical path method belongs to construction management subject. Hope you all have enjoyed and hope you all have got what exactly the CPM method is and how to calculate the critical path and free float and total float. Thank you for watching this video.